Hello students and welcome back to yet another lesson. I'm finalizing on the genres of oral literature. I said there are three. We have oral narratives, we have songs and oral poems, and we have what? The short forms. So I've already covered oral narratives. I have also covered poems and oral poetry. So I'm dealing with the last one, which is the short forms. Okay, so the short forms are uttered in one breath as opposed to narratives or songs, which take several minutes. And the short forms include proverbs, riddles, tongue twisters, jokes, puns, all those. Okay, so we can go direct to the first one. Or before I go to that, we can check at the characteristics that distinguish the short forms from oral literature. One, they appear in a fixed pattern and there is very little scope of improvisations. Number two, they are brief and compressed. Number three, they heavily depend on words, arrangement, and wordplay, including use of figurative language, that is metaphor, simile, personification, and other images. And number four, unlike narrative of songs, which call for particular formal settings for their realization, the short forms, except for riddles, are most frequently incorporated in ordinary conversations and performed in intimate and informal situations. So, those are the characteristics. We go to proverbs. A proverb can be defined as a tense, pithy statement containing folk wisdom. It's all about wisdom. They are considered to be the mark of adult wisdom and experiences. Okay. So proverbs are a product of the experience of the people, experiences some of which have been learnt the hard way. So characteristics of proverbs. Proverbs are short and to the point. Another characteristic is that proverbs reveal a people's wisdom and philosophy of life. Okay. So number three, proverbs appear in fixed patterns. Normally all of them or all the time, and there is limited scope on the part of the performer. And number four, proverbs are saying that have been accepted by the society. Five, proverbs draw their material and images from a particular environment or society. So what are the functions of proverbs? Proverbs, one function of proverb is that they express tested truth, they caution, they counsel, they warn. Okay. So the other thing that I want us to check is the style in proverbs. In proverbs, we have alliteration. Remember, alliteration is what is alliteration? Remind me, students. The repetition of similar consonantal sounds in words next to each other or close to each other. The initial consonantal sound. We have assonance. Assonance is repetition of similar vowel sounds in words next or close to each other. We have idiophone. We have repetition, allusion, metaphor, simile, personification, hyperbole, humor. So all those are styles in what? In proverbs. And what I mean is that you can have one proverb that has several or many. So not all proverbs have all this. You have to read the proverb and identify the style in each specific proverb. So we go to another short form, which is a riddle. A riddle is a short saying intended to make one use his wit in unveiling the hidden meaning. In a riddle, the listener is faced with a question or an allusive sentence referring to something else which they must try to figure out. So we have the stages in performing a riddle, and I'll go through the 6 stages. Stage 1 is called invitation. In invitation, the riddler tells the audience, riddle, riddle. Stage 2 is the acceptance. The audience accepts by saying, riddle come. Stage 3 is the riddle itself. I have a house with no door. Okay. So number 4 is the attempts or guesses. The audience guess. So we say guesses, which is, you can talk of an orange. So a riddle can end at that stage. If the audience gets the riddle right, it ends at that. If they don't get it right, then we go to the 5th stage, which is the prize. So the audience give the riddler a hypothetical prize. P-R-I-Z-E, prize. So this prize, a hypothetical prize, can be in form of a car, a house, a town, a country, a continent. And so after he is given the hypothetical prize, so when he or she is given the hypothetical prize, then he gives the solution to the riddle. So if the riddle ends at the first guess, it ends at stage 4. If it continues, it goes to stage 6. So here are the 6 stages: invitation, acceptance, riddle or the challenge, guesses, hypothetical prize, and the solution. So that is the stages in the riddling session. Is a very common question in our work in riddles. So I can give 2 examples of riddles. You can attempt them and answer them in the comment section. So number 1, I always hear but cannot see him. I always hear but cannot see him. Another riddle, little things that defeat us. Little things that defeat us. Functions of riddles: 1, entertainment; 2, educate; and 3, socialization. We move to the third one, the third short form, tongue twisters. Tongue twisters are intended to test the speaker's fluency. They require the speaker to utter without hesitation or faltering a sequence of words with particular problems and articulation. So you can think of, I come from Thika, and there is a common tongue twister I give to my students of Nduthi za Thika na za Zambia. Write it down and try to say it as fast as possible. Nduthi za Thika na za Zambia. Try that. So functions of riddles. Riddles, they train language. They help in training children to be fluent in language. They also help in language therapy for children with speech impairments. Number 2, entertainment. Tongue twisters offer entertainment as performers struggle to articulate the syllables correctly. Number 3, tongue twisters help the educative. That is educative. Tongue twisters help in ensuring and enhancing listening and memory skills in children. Okay, so I have given you an example of a tongue twister. And thank you for listening. You can go back to your books and read more on short forms. There are more. We have puns, we have jokes. Go back to your books and do the necessary. Have a good time. Bye bye.